So, Megan, there was lots of anger there from Joe Biden, but do you think he got the tone right?
No, not at all. I think he's supposed to be the comforter in chief in a moment like this. He's supposed to offer his condolences to the people of Texas, to try to explain. I thought the part where he talked about what it's like to lose a child, because he did back in his younger days, was good. And then he had to go to the gun place. And I understand that's how the left wing of the country feels, but it's divisive because the right wing of the country thinks that's a non-starter. And I'll tell you, Dan, you and I don't get into my own personal politics that much, but I'm from New York State. New York State is largely blue. I grew up in a town that wasn't very pro-gun and a family that wasn't very pro-gun, though we were Catholic, so socially we had our conservative leanings. I'm not a pro-gun person. I'm a lawyer. So I would like to know, as a mother and a lawyer, show me the reform that's going to protect my children, and I'm behind it. I will support it. I don't care if it upsets the pro-gun lobby, not even a bit. I care about my children. But literally, they haven't shown me one that would have prevented this shooting or the shooting we had in Buffalo, New York last week. The one the Democrats are pushing now is about universal background checks for private sales of guns so that you can run a background check on, if I want to give my gun to you, they'd have to run a background check on you. Those are not the cases that lead to these guns being in the hands of mass shooters. That's never the problem. Then they say, okay, well, let's expand the FBI waiting period where the FBI looks into your background from 3 days to 7 days. Okay, there's one shooting I can think of that where that might have played a role, but probably not, because the FBI is overworked and understaffed and really doesn't prioritize these background checks. And if they don't get back to you within that 3 or maybe expanded 7 days, you get the gun. Here's the reality. I was born into a country in which there are now about 330 million people, and there are almost 430 million guns. There are over 400 million guns in the United States. People don't realize that. There's no getting rid of the guns. That's absurd. It's not going to happen. I didn't ask for this world. I was born into it. Those children down in Texas were born into it. And it's a reality with which we must deal, because the right to have a gun is written into the Constitution. It is a constitutional right. You may disagree with that if you are on the left. The Supreme Court has so held. That's the final ruling. That's it.